The following demonstration is going to show a prototype effort that explores an idea. So the idea is to try to find a way to easily move data from disconnected devices using an Android phone. And we're able to take advantage of a couple of features on the Android that makes this pretty easy. One is the camera, the barcode scanner, the fact that it's attached to the net and we can send messages back and forth. So the challenge here is that lots of times when you work with more than one desktop, you need to move data from one to the other. It could be as easy as selecting some text and copy pasting it, and that's what we're going to show here. We could do similar things for more complex data types, for images, compound documents, file transfers, lots of things. But right now we'll just focus on text and illustrate that. So in the current use case, I'm going to take a web page that I'm looking at that has a very complex, deep URL, and I want to take that and easily copy that to a second system and then render it in a browser over there. Obviously this could be code between interactive development environments, it could be paragraphs between word processing documents, it really doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is run a helper application on this machine called bytehook, and I'll start bytehook here from a web page, and bytehook comes up and presents me with a buffer of different items that have been copied to it that are available for copy-paste operations, as well as two barcodes. You have a drag from barcode, a two-dimensional QR code, as well as a drop here barcode. And we also add a color coding here, so we know that this is the pink instance of bytehook running on this particular laptop. On the second laptop, I'll bring up the companion helper application over there, and that's this bytehook, and you'll see that it's got the same form where there's a pickup location that represents what's selected in the buffer, and there's a drop location where we can drop requests to send things to that particular instance. So now let's take a look at the application that runs on the Android phone. So in the menu, I'll go to the bytehook program on here, and you'll see what I have here is a similar buffer of different values that have been captured on this particular running instance, and there's different things that I can do with those. So if I select on that, I can remove it, I can display a QR code, I can drop a QR code, I can also do other functions from the bottom. So in this case we're going to do a scan. So I'm going to copy from my first system with my first instance with that text string onto here. So let's do that. And what I need to do is come over here. I'm going to clear the buffer just to make things simple, and then grab the system clipboard, which has the long string that I just copied out of the browser, and you'll see the rendering there for the QR code. So now I can copy that, and you'll see that my list is updated. So before, where I had 2 entries in the list, now I've got a third with that long URL. So now from here I'm going to say I want to take that particular link and drop that onto another location, and I'll come over here and scan the blue labeled QR code, and you watch this screen here and you'll see the update, and where I had 2 instances before, 1 instance before in the buffer, now there are 2. The one that just got copied in is highlighted, and to illustrate follow through, I could say push that to the system clipboard, grab my browser, do a paste operation, and enter, and now I'm looking at the same web page that I had started with over here. So by a series of clicks I can pretty easily move the data from one instance to another. So now let me come back over here and drop something here for the express purpose of introducing the different systems that are collaborating together. So I'll just grab another link here, and I'm going to say drop that, and I'm going to drop that over here on the pink instance, and we'll see that show up. And the other thing you may notice is as the transfer was happening, there was a sound emitted from the Android and from the desktop system. So the data is transferred fairly quickly over the internet. And the link that I've just dropped on is over here. So now that all the systems are acquainted with each other, I can grab another view that might be a little bit more convenient to use. So I'm going to go to more of a physical view that shows me the two systems and roughly where they are relative to this particular device. And you'll see that the update is changing there a little bit. So when I point at the pink instance, my pink screen lights up. If I point at the blue instance, my blue screen lights up. So what's nice here is I can use this as more of a power user interface and use gestures now that the systems are collaborating and know about each other. So for example, if I took another link, so let me clear here, let me go back here. Let's go and just grab this link here and copy paste that to the system clipboard and come over here and put that into my work area. I see the QR code is displayed there. But rather than scanning that and bringing it back, all I need to do is point at it, make sure that I've turned pink, drag back, and the link is represented at the bottom of the screen because it's been transferred here. Now similarly, I can go and do something in the opposite direction. So if I grab my bytehook instance on the left system, and let me clear that buffer, and what you want to do is watch this area here, and I'll point this so that I'm directed at the blue and just gesture in the other direction. You can see that the link has been copied here. And again, if I put that to the system clipboard, I can come over here and paste that and navigate to the page that we had been on the first system. So one other use case that may be interesting here is I can also move data easily from one smartphone device to another. So if I come in here and scan on here and then grab another person's phone and let's see, go to that same application, which is here, and grab a value on here and display the QR code. I can take the two phone instances and copy paste in a manner that's similar to what we just did. So to think about some other applications for where we could go with this, as I said earlier, the data types could be much more complex. So we could use, we could do a file copy operation from one device to another. We could do much more complex data types rather than just simple strings. And we could also think about interacting with things in the physical world. So for example, if I had a music stream coming from Pandora on my phone and a barcode on the speakers on the porch in my house, I could point to the barcode on the speakers in my house and redirect, and easily from a user interface redirect that stream from my phone to the stereo system in my house coming out the speakers on my porch on demand as I'm on the porch. So those are just some ideas. If you are interested in discussing this project with me more, you can find info about me and where to contact me at boblutz, BOBLUTZ.info.